Hey everyone, it's Yvonne Emile Elizondo again. Well, this week was intense in the US, especially. I'm not here to talk politics. It's neither here nor there. I am only here to show you how the astrology correlated to some of the events that were happening in the United States, which I think is pretty cool. Essentially, we use astrology either to look back and to help understand those patterns that manifested collectively or individually. We can use it to take a look at what's going on, the cycles that we're dealing with right now, and we can take a look into the future and predict potential cycles and how they may manifest into our lives, either collectively, globally, individually. So I want to show you this because I thought it was pretty cool. It's an awesome representation of what was going on. Now, last week was hard, and I know it's hard all around. So I'm not trying to make light of the situation, but I am trying to bring in a little bit of lightness with the astrology to, help us understand, what's going on from a different perspective. All right, so I'm sharing my screen right here. All right, so we're going to go to last week, Tuesday of last week, the 3rd. And so this chart is for Tuesday of last week, the 3rd. Here we go. All right, pretty cool right there. That was election day in the United States, okay? And as we know, it was pretty intense for a few days, but let me show you what was actually manifesting right here. This is Mercury retrograde stopping to station. Station means that it's stopping in the sky. It's spending a whole bunch of time in that particular part of the sky. It's not moving forward, it's not moving backwards. When it's stationed, it's most intense. It's got the most power, okay? And it's not moving, right? Mercury likes to go fast. So stationing for Mercury is quite uncomfortable. It's the messenger of the gods, so to speak. It deals with communication, with thinking, travel, okay, short distance travel. So it's a lot of quick, back and forth kind of thing. It also represents mail and voting. Again, that's all I'm gonna say, all right? But what it does in Libra, it's squaring, begins to square that red line. These 3 planets have been Capricorn, but especially Saturn. Now, Saturn in Capricorn really represents structure, government, corporations, anything that has a foundation. Okay, it's a slow foundational build. And so with Saturn, it literally stops or slows down the process of Mercury, sending out the message. Okay, so Saturn stops, kind of halts, puts things to a halt. And that's really what was happening last week, especially here in the US. We had this sudden stop of mail-in votes and all of that good stuff, but that's neither here nor there for me. I did want to share that with you because I thought that was pretty cool. Now, the other thing that I do want to share for this week, we do have some, let me put my chart up. We do have some potential, the energy is there for some potential surprises to manifest, but I want to take a look at Tuesday of this week because this is actually a more, I'm never going to say anything is gentle with Pluto, but this is an energy that might bring us a little bit more reprieve when, things are looking so really, really heated. Okay, here we go. So we have, let me grab this here. All right, so on Tuesday, we have the moon separating, okay, from Neptune. Neptune is that energy that's kind of foggy. The moon may make you feel like you're overly sensitive, emotionally like not engaging. So, but it's stepping away from that. So that's, positive. But here we have Venus, okay, that was just finishing duking it out, tug of war with, Mars in Aries. So Venus in Libra, Mars in Aries. And so we had this tug of war going on for quite a few days, okay? But the moon makes a really pretty, connection here to these planets, okay, in Capricorn. Now, the Virgo moon is healing. It really focuses on how we can unite, how we can, it's the healer, moon, and in Capricorn it represents government and structure. And there's so much discord right now that's happening, especially here in America. So I'm hoping that Tuesday, that moon energy, that Virgo moon, playing really well with Saturn, allows it to have some grace as it's moving, as it's trying to heal its surroundings, so to speak. So I'm very hopeful for Tuesday. It's one of those days that, anyways, I'm looking at the astrology in any which way that I could definitely find, some positives. I'm always looking for. The other aspect that I wanted to show you was we do have a full moon. I'm sorry, a new moon. Okay, a new moon coming up. But I want to take a look at Thursday. Are we on? Here we go. On Wednesday, because Wednesday. Yes, here we go. So Wednesday, right? So Wednesday is a little tricky because now that Mercury is coming into direct, it's actually going to reconnect with Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So in Uranus, okay, here we go. So where is, oh, here you are. Uranus is in the sign of Taurus. Uranus is retrograde, right? Against, it's internalized, it's more intense. In Taurus is about stability, and it's practicality, it's grounded. It takes it a while to get going. Once it does, it like actually, gets things done. So, but the reason I'm mentioning this is because Mercury just stepped into Scorpio. Okay, Mercury is now going direct, and it's in the direct opposition, tug of war with Uranus retrograde. Well, what does this mean? Well, it could mean that there may be some things that come to light that either collectively or individually that we weren't aware of. It could be sudden changes in communication. It could be, a surprise of some sort. So, Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm hoping for healing, but I'm also being aware that there may be something that comes up that is either rather shocking or unexpected, especially when it comes to any form of communication, okay, any form of short distance travel. It could deal with your, up here, okay, the brain. So there's something going on that we should expect, that things may be a little surprising and might take us off track, but we really want to remain, on track and really be focused and open our hearts and, let's start to heal. All right, so I do want to show you one more thing here, because the new moon actually happens in, before the new moon, we are going to hit Friday. Okay, Friday the 13th. Let me just say that Friday the 13th is not a bad luck number or day, especially for witches. Friday the 13th. If you want a history on Friday, you try saying that. If you want a history on Friday the 13th, I would suggest you really dig into it. It has a great significance with the Knights Templar, and anyways. So Friday the 13th. Well, it's a positive, because in a really kind of unique kind of way, we have Mars. Okay, so Mars has been retrograde in Aries. It's been moving back in Aries. I think it's like 6 weeks already. Okay, I don't remember the exact date that it went into. I know, bad astrologer, but I can't remember right now. But it's stations, it's literally stopping, much like Mercury stopped a few days before and started moving forward and ingressed into Scorpio. Aries, Saturn, and let me start over. Mars, yeah, Mercury is still not working well for me. Mars stationing in Aries. There we go. Okay, it can definitely cause some reaction. It could, everything before was like, wait, we're spinning our wheels. And then all of a sudden now Mars is starting to stop. So it's super intense, and eventually it starts to move forward. So there may be this push to move forward. And then that same day we have this little piece right here where the moon is conjunct. It's together with Mercury, but they're both in a tug of war now with Uranus retrograde. So that is a lot of, potentially erratic thinking, anxiety-provoking energy, feelings, emotions. And then, of course, if we have, the Mars and Aries moving forward, this could be potential aggression moving forward, assertiveness that's just kind of in your face because it stopped and now wants to get free and it wants to move forward. So we do want to be a little bit cautious of that on Friday the 13th. Yep, that's pretty much a good day for me, but we'll see how it affects us, collectively and individually. Now, I do want to share this very last piece here of the new moon. Yep, it is the new moon right here. So the new moon in Scorpio. Yes, it is hitting your Scorpio. Whoopsie, there's Scorpio. Okay, there's the new moon. All right, the new moon in Scorpio. Yes, it's hitting my 7th house, my house of relationships. I don't even know what to do with that. All right, the new moon in Scorpio really is a very strong, in-depth type of energy. And I'm going to share that with you in just a little bit, but I want to show you Venus here. Venus in Libra. Venus is grace. It's, individual connection. It is now in a battle, kung fu battle here with Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter. These 3 planets that have been, creating havoc for most of us in 2020 in Capricorn. We have that, and then now we have Mercury still in a tug of war with Uranus. All right, so what does this mean? Well, there's the potential for a lot of really deep connection, or wanting really deep connection, but not actually being able to obtain that deep connection. The moon and the sun in Scorpio tend to be, very sensitive. It's not a trusting energy by any means. It's a let me touch and feel, and if I think it's comfortable, then I may take a step forward. And so even though there's a lot of depth and a lot of water associated with it, it's also about being suspicious and lacking trust. We can tap into the Venus part, but Venus, to alleviate that, but Venus is having her own issues up with Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter and Capricorn, and trying to maneuver through that area, sensitively. And then of course we have Mercury and Uranus, and they're still opposing each other. And so Uranus retrograde. And so there's a lot of testy-feely type of, energy that day. Even though the Scorpio moon has a beautiful, for me, it's absolutely gorgeous and beautiful because of everything else that's going on in the sky. Saturday with this new moon happens late on the 14th, early on the 15th here in the United States. It's really a touchy-feely kind of day. You could have some, sudden, emotional kind of, or words that suddenly just get, exaggerated or out of hand, or they're sudden, they're erratic. And connecting with people may be a little bit more difficult. You may feel abrasive. But that energy, if we can transform that energy and we can use it to make things better, right? We may have discord, we may have disagreements, but we always have the ability to move through that and reconnect. And so when we start getting over this hump of this week, next week starts to look a little better for that type of unification. But we're still kind of walking on eggshells, unfortunately. But if we walk on eggshells, we have to make it the best kind of walking we can do. So we always have the ability, again, to, soothe things as best as we can, to help others heal as best as we can. And, not everybody's going to agree with everybody, but we always have the ability for compassion, for empathy, for love, for peace. We have that within us. All right, everyone. I hope this has been helpful for this. I hope this has been helpful. And I hope that we're hopeful for this upcoming week. If you want to learn more about the astrology, please visit spiritualessence.com. That's spiritual-essence.com. And I apologize, my mouth is kind of like, my words are not coming out straight today. It's that Mercury retrograde is still, impacting, always impacts me, always impacts my ability to, So, all right, everyone, stay safe and blessed be.